This is Hannibal from the HannibalTV.com with tons of UFC news for you, with information I've taken from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. A lot of people are viewing UFC 241 as UFC's biggest event so far in 2019. Stipe Miocic regained the UFC heavyweight title by finishing Daniel Cormier in the fourth round of the main event, which took place August the 17th in Anaheim. So they are now even at one win each, which in most cases would cause a third fight. Miocic said he's willing to give Cormier an immediate rematch since Cormier gave him one, and Cormier's future is up in the air, as he had said for a long time he was going to retire when he turned 40, which was back in March. If he had won this fight, he probably would have retired or taken a third fight with Jon Jones, but with this loss, it's more likely that he would have a rematch with Miocic. But Cormier says he's going to take some time before making a decision. Stipe Miocic got $800,000 for winning the fight. Cormier got $500,000. Both made more money than that when you take into account bonuses and so forth. Dana White has said he doesn't want Daniel Cormier to retire. Nate Diaz took a lot of the press attention in Anaheim. He was the one that most of the fans came to see, according to the Wrestling Observer, as he got the biggest reactions all week and was a big draw at the show. He showed up to the open workout smoking a CBD-filled joint, which got a lot of attention. He also scored a dominant, unanimous victory over Anthony Pettis. After the fight, Nate called out George Masvidal, who, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name. George is at the height of his popularity after defeating Ben Askren. Both men seem to want that fight. Of course, Connor McGregor also wants to fight Diaz, which would be the biggest fight the company could make right now, as it would draw and be a main event anywhere. Diaz got paid $250,000 for the win. Pettis got $155,000 for losing, but both men again probably got paid a lot more when you include bonuses. The event overall drew a sellout of 17,304 fans for a gate of $3,237,032. It was the most attended event of the 8 shows that UFC has put on at that arena, and the gate was an MMA record for the state of California. There's no pay-per-view numbers available yet, but all signs are pointing that they would be very good. The $50,000 bonuses went to Costa and Romero for the fight of the night, while the 2 performance of the night bonuses went to Miocic and Worthy, both for $50,000. Amanda Nunes versus Jermaine Durandamy for the bantamweight title is going to be December 14th in Las Vegas. Connor McGregor publicly said that the incident where he sucker punched an older man at a Dublin pub was his fault. He's sorry about it, and he'll face the consequences. Jon Jones is going to be on a bench trial September 26th for misdemeanor battery in relating to the Albuquerque incident where he supposedly grabbed a cocktail waitress at a strip club called Show Club inappropriately. In April, George St. Pierre is still in the UFC news despite being retired. He was talking about how much he wanted that fight with Khabib. He was willing to cut to 155, but would also have fought in a higher weight if there was a title at stake. He's still in the news talking about how bad he wanted to fight, but he's saying he's retired. So I guess that's just people still like hearing about George St. Pierre. So even though it's not really news, he's still in the news. The UFC's October 18th show at Boston's TD Garden will be an ESPN taping with Chris Weidman debuting as a light heavyweight to fight number 4 contender Dominic Reyes. Junior Dos Santos will be appearing on the next season of Brazil's Dancing with the Stars. And in other fighting news, Ken Shamrock's new Valor Bare Knuckle promotion is going to debut September 21st from Newtown, North Dakota, with a heavyweight tournament.